Good morning. Hey, thanks so much for joining me for a little yoga where we do yoga-like stuff for our posture under the Brio method. So today we're going to be doing a pretty general sequence. We're going to be doing about 30 minutes. You're going to need a strap and a block. So this is great for, general maintenance, minor pains and aches, stuff like that. We're going to start on our hands and knees today. Get comfortable, make sure your palms are flat, make sure your knees and your wrists are pretty lined up and your hands and knees aren't closer together or further away than your shoulders and hips. So let's start by moving in a little circle just to kind of get everything going and organize our body a little bit. So lean forward over your hands, slide over to the left, and then slide back also to the left, towards the left hip, scoop it around to the right, come forward over the right shoulder, and then over to the other side. Find a good breathing pattern that works for you, and make a solid attempt to keep your spine exceptionally braced and neutral throughout the movement, driving all the movement to your hip joint and your shoulder joints. And let's go the other direction. Check in with your palms, make sure that they're flat. Shoulders are slightly engaged together. And then we're going to bring our knees a little bit closer together. We're going to walk our hands out, and we're going to leave our hips up in the air. It's called an elevated child's pose. Try to put your palms flat, every finger, every knuckle, maybe even up to your elbow, or keep a little tension through your arm to drive more force towards your spine. While you're here, big breath in the belly with the space between your thighs and your belly. So you want to kind of breathe into your low belly. Exhale 100% of the air out of your body. And as you follow your super deep exhale breathing pattern, you can also kind of find yourself melting towards the floor. And if that's the case, just keep stretching and wiggling your arms out to keep a little tension on the system. We'll take like 3 more of our deepest breaths here in our elevated child's pose. And then we're going to come up to our hands and knees. And we're going to do 5 cats and cows. We're going to bring our hips up under our belly. We're going to bring our face towards our hips. Push into the ground, reach a little bit, and then you're going to lift your hips, push your belly down, squeeze your shoulders together, and look up. Trying to always start with the hips. And just use any breathing pattern that works for you. But if you can do those big exhales, that's great. I can't do it all the time because I have to talk. Which is probably why I haven't been making as many of these lately. Great job. Okay, we're gonna lie on our back now with our knees bent. We're gonna cross one ankle over the other thigh. I'm gonna do left over right currently. And then palms up beside you. If you wanna do more, you can put your fingertips and thumbs on the ground. I'm gonna do that today. And make sure your foot feels straight on the ground. You're gonna start doing some foot circles, some foot winding with your left foot up on your knee. So you wanna use your toes as much as you can. Curling around the bottom, spreading around the top. And this may or may not be very difficult for you. So if you're having trouble controlling your toes at all, take your time and move through it. You might also find that you get a cramp in your foot or your calf. If you're able to, try to keep moving, and it should, accomplish whatever it needs to accomplish and then go away. In this situation, a cramp is pretty much always your body trying to make some sort of adjustment. That muscle is getting very strong and it's trying to pull something into a position. There's many, many bones in your feet. I experience that kind of thing a lot. Another thing to think about is keeping this knee very still up here, and go ahead and switch directions. During these slow, purposeful movements, it's a great time to practice your breathing, focusing on those deep, complete exhales. And then we're going to switch feet, carefully setting our ankle up on our thigh. Take a second to put your fingers on your hips and feel that your hips are on the ground evenly. So my left hip was high up, and it probably was a minute ago, so could have done that a little sooner, but that's cool. It's fine. So we're going to do our foot winding. You're going to curl your toes around the bottom like crazy and spread them like crazy around the top. Keeping this upper knee very still, keeping your pelvis on the ground in this nice neutral position. With your knee bent, your low back probably won't naturally touch the ground. So if you're wondering about that, people often do. Don't worry about it. And then let's switch directions. Reaching, trying hard. It's my noisy toe. Broke it in a Krav Maga class like 6 years ago. And that's good. Let's do like 5 pelvic tilts. So we're going to roll our low back flat to the ground, roll our hip forward, lifting our back, feeling a little pull, maybe all the way up to our head. And then just lowering it so our back's flat. And then rinse, repeat. That's good. We're gonna flip over now. We put our forehead on our hands. Pressing our hips to the ground, we're gonna bend one leg real slow. There's gonna be a point where your hamstring tightens up and your back starts to tighten up and move. That's when you're gonna set your leg down. We're gonna do it 5 times on either side, 3 times. That's 3. And so I'm definitely having a stronger compensation today. And my right hamstring feels like it's going to cramp up if I push the range of motion too far, which, is okay if you're down for sitting there with your hamstring cramp. But since I'm talking to you right now, I'm just going to avoid it by doing a reduced range of motion. And then switch. Probably be better for you to just count to 5 because we'll probably forget on a couple of the sets. 4, 5. And if you're doing a good job keeping your hips still, back relaxed, you should notice that your legs start to bend more and more easily as you go. And that's it. Get your closest wall, and we're going to put our legs up the wall. We're going to do this for about 2 minutes, and we'll do some other stuff while we're here. I'm going to set a timer for us so we don't get lost in time. All right, so we got our legs up. You want to have your hips on the ground. Both hips, hip bone firmly on the ground. Legs should be almost straight. If that's not happening for you, scoot back until it is. Don't feel bad. Just make yourself comfortable. See, I scooted back a little bit. No shame. Anyways, press your hips down, reach your heels up, pull your toes down. You should find your legs are tight. There's a lot more tension on your system. We're going to just put our hands out to the side, all our fingers and thumbs, and we're going to take deep breaths. And that was 2 minutes. Wow. It went by so fast. And now we're going to come out. We're going to grab our pillow or block, put it between our knees with our knees bent. Big toe pressure, palms up anywhere. I'm going to put my hands above my head this time, keeping your hips and your back and your stomach still. You're going to squeeze your pillow or block and then relax, but not enough to drop it. Keeping the big toe pressure the whole time. And we're going to shoot for about 20. I think I just did 6. And this is a little movement that's going to incorporate your hip flexors together. This one, your low back probably isn't going to touch the ground all the way. You'll probably also feel it in your adductors, which is fine. If you're not feeling it down in your hips at all, give yourself a little bit of an extra tilt forwards, and that'll really push it in there. Okay, that's good. We can grab our strap now. We're going to slip our strap over our legs. Now, if your strap stretches, don't use it and go find something that doesn't stretch. I'm going to put it over both legs. You want to leave about 1 fist worth of space between your knees. Feet down, all the same rolls. So big toe pressure, back relaxed, stomach relaxed, not shifting around, and then you just press on your strap with your legs, and relax. Oh. Just a couple more. I got a big cramp across my belly right now. Okay, that's good. We're going to lay our legs flat. You're going to let your toes roll out to the side, and you can just leave your strap right where it's at. You're going to press out on the strap, rolling your knees to the strap as opposed to pressing straight out. Roll, and then squeeze your butt, and relax. Now, if this is your first time squeezing your butt with me, there's a few rules. Try putting your back of your fingers on your low back muscles, like your erectors, those 2 lines on either side of your spine. And when you squeeze your glutes, you should feel that that muscle on both sides stays totally relaxed. Your butt should be able to squeeze all by itself. And when you relax, relax in slow motion. So this is actually the super duper easy assisted glute lock. So the strap is helping us leverage our glutes and create an equal amount of force. So if one glute isn't working very well, or even both, the action of the femurs within the strap significantly mechanically advantages the glutes. And it'll be much more natural for them to occur. Maybe once a year, I'll work with someone who is so downregulated in their glutes, they can't squeeze their butt at all. Their body has lost that function because they just don't do it. And your glutes are a very, very important set of postural muscles. And really all you gotta do is just use them carefully. A few times a week and you're good. It'll protect you from back pain, various types of spine injuries, hip problems. If there's like any magic bullet, I might actually have a few of those, but one of my favorite is squeezing your butt. Okay, that's good on butt squeezing. Now, we're gonna do probably my favorite yoga pose. It's not a very flattering position, but shoot, it is so effective. So you're gonna bring your knees towards your armpit and then kick your feet out and grab them. And then you just hang on to your feet. Now, if you can barely hang on, that's cool. Just hang out there. If you can move all around, you're welcome to. Me, in this moment, I actually haven't done this in a while, and my hips feel completely different, and my back feels pretty tight, so I don't think I can really do that much. Actually, I'm kind of okay. Some fun stuff you can do: kick your legs out straight and long, bring them back. You can pull using your shoulder blades, pull your knees down into your armpits. You can press your feet into your hands to straighten your legs more. And then you can make your legs pretty wide, and you can kick them over your head and make them wide and bring them close together. All sorts of stuff. You can do little kicks, put one in and one out. And we want to give this one about 2 minutes. 2 minutes is how long it takes your body to kind of evaluate its physical environment and start to make an adaptation. I find that principle true in many ways, but especially with the behavioral muscles. Okay, let your legs go. Set your feet on the ground. We're going to take our fingertips and put them on the ground above our shoulders, kind of next to our ears. Elbows pointed up. If you turn so that your thumbs are the closest to your shoulders, I think it'll be the easiest for you. And you're going to kind of press your fingers down lightly, keeping every finger in contact with the floor as you slide your hands away from your shoulders. And then back. And as soon as you feel one finger come off the ground, that's when you know that you're done. Let's do a couple more. We're almost done. We're going to do one more thing. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're going to... Wow. Okay, we're going to stand up. And we're going to put ourselves on the wall. So we want to get our heels on the wall, our butt on the wall, our shoulders on the wall, and our hands on the wall. We're going to put every finger there. We're not going to force our head to the wall. And then we're just going to hang out and do our special breathing with the big inhale and the full exhale. A few more deep breaths. So today we just kind of did some general mobility stuff. We also tied our hip flexors and glutes together, opened up our thoracic spine and our neck a little bit, and messed around a lot with our pelvis. Good stuff. I think everybody should be spending a little bit of time every week practicing this stuff. It doesn't have to be crazy. Just do it sometimes. Just let your body know you need those ranges of motion, those little functions. The less you use them, the more they'll be forgotten until they're gone and you put a serious effort into getting them back. But it's not difficult. Check out my other stuff. I got a 6-week course on posture to post stuff on Instagram every day. Try to put these YouTube videos up. I got a newsletter. Check out the Brio method. All the links are on my page. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.